Right. Right, I should be. We've got 2 live streams now. I've managed to get rid of one. It's the Zoom meeting that's still there for some reason. I think that needs to be deleted. Right. Hopefully, we've only got 1 live stream now. I'm hoping. Right. I'm hoping that I've got viewers coming onto here. Apologies for this. We're just going to get on with it because otherwise I'll be here all day trying to fiddle around with these things, and it's beginning to get quite annoying. We will, when we switch to interviews with Zoom, we will switch streams. Unfortunately, at the moment I don't know a way around that, but so it'll mean basically scrambling sometimes for the right stream to view. I'll try to make the thing as seamless as possible. Obviously, hopefully next time we won't be operating like this. It'll be a bit more smoother. So I want to get on with this. We've got a competition, as I mentioned, and I've already written the competition questions. I'll repeat it again. Answers, please direct message me, private message me on Udict. My username is Udict. And what the question is how many pots, in fact, let's just keep it simple. How many distillation pots do Al-Hashmi have, and how many distillation pots do Oud Base have? Answers to me via DM, direct message on Udict. You can also use the chat feature as well to give your answers. We'll put the right answers into a draw and pick the right one. Right, so I got this from Ahmed Al-Abbasi from Al-Hashmi yesterday. I've not opened it yet, so I'm too busy. So let's just open it now and see what he's sent us. The competition prize will be given from Scent Legends. I announced a competition in May, earlier this year, when Scent Legends first launched. Unfortunately, because of the coronavirus pandemic, I had to suspend operations until literally this week. But we will be giving away $200 worth of Scent Legends samples, plus some of the samples that have been provided to us generously by our vendors like Imperial Oud, Al-Hashmi, Of course, the Scent Legends competition samples will be provided in the Scent Legends box. And we also have something from the Attar store as well that he's given us for the reviewers to review. So hopefully, if I can nab some of them, some samples of them at the end of the day, I will be able to give out some as part of the competition prize. We've also got several samples from Olfactory. Olfactory and Al-Hashimi have sent me something quite special. Well, and so sorry, Olfactory sent me something quite special. They've sent me some Kinam, and it's not just any old Kinam. It's cultivated Kinam that has just started appearing on the market. Now, I haven't had direct experience with this Kinam, but I've heard from people who have experienced it on Udict, and also from Al-Hashimi. We've just taken some stock of some cultivated Kinam ourselves, that it has, and it shares the same scent profile as wild Kinam. The only difference is it's less intense, not as strong, but you're paying a lot less. So I would have thought, in terms of value for money and to experience that special note, that sort of almond, bittersweet green type note, it would be a very good option. So I know that at the moment Olfactory have a batch of this. Al-Hashimi also have a batch. I know that Al-Hashimi haven't put it on the website yet, but they will do. I've also got these samples that Ahmed sent me earlier this week. So with all the oils, I have not smelt some of these oils actually. So I've heard some good things about them, especially Ceylon X. So we'll be having a review of those oils, I think, with Scentology, with Kike from Spain. We'll be reviewing those later on. And we will be giving out some of these as competition prizes. We do have a bit of an OudFest feel here. Unfortunately, we're streaming via my laptop. We do not have we don't have the permissions to stream via mobile platform on my iPhone, iPad, because we don't have 1,000 subscribers. YouTube recently, I think in the last year or so, they basically decided to restrict mobile streaming to channels with over 1,000 subscribers, which is fair enough, I suppose. I mean, they don't want people, any person in the street just streaming on live via YouTube. So we are currently doing it via my laptop. So obviously mobility in terms of maneuverability of the camera is limited, but I can just move the screen over here and show what we do have at the moment. And this is what the is awaiting Matt Keane from Questioning Sense and Marcus Ibrahim and the other guys who are coming along. That's in the video as well. So these are all Scent Legends stock. Scent Legends is not only my personal collection. It also is something that I have made open to private collectors who wish to, share their collections, open their collections out to other people. A lot of people, when they sort of first start buying oud, they really sort of go all out. And obviously, if your pockets are deep, like this particular collector, I think he's a multimillionaire, pretty much, based in the Middle East, and approached me and asked me to help sell his oils, some of his oils through Scent Legends. So we've got an enormous amount of stock here that we'll be releasing over the next couple of years. It's exciting times because a lot of this stock is not available anywhere else. Some of the batches he bought were pretty much exclusive to him. Or he bought the whole batch before it went on sale. Most of the batches are from Ansar Oud or Oricent. He was a big fan of that particular vendor. So there's a lot of oils to come through Scent Legends. I've got my work cut out really, because I need to I need to actually smell these and put the scent profiles down, put the descriptions down over the next week, which I'll be doing. I'll probably have a bloody nose by the end of the week. But for sure, we'll be focusing on this outlet, on the forum, on the platform. It's basically oils made available that are no longer on sale through private collectors, myself included. I've got a collection of my own, and I have invited one or two major collectors to basically sell their oils if they want through the platform. I've also helped out a couple of people who, unfortunately, through no fault of their own, they found themselves in financial difficulty, including myself, having to repay loans or whatever it is, and they've got stock of oud. So I've, with no charge, I'm not charging some of these guys to sell their oils through the platform, and I think it benefits other people because they get access to oils otherwise, which otherwise wouldn't be made available. There is a certain standard that we apply to when we sell the oils. We don't take half-used bottles. As you can see, these are fully decanted from Pyrex bottles. Some of these Pyrex bottles are basically the ones that, where he decanted some of the oils of what was left. So you can see Sultan Qaboos, it's in a Pyrex bottle. We decant from those. Everything else is pretty brand new. This one is oud Sumatra Kinam. It's a very, very fantastic oil that I think the guys here will be lucky to come and experience. Basically, these oils have been aged for over a decade at most, and they are pretty rare. I mean, they're not from 2017, 2018, 2019. These are from like 2008, 2007, 6, 5. Maybe 2010 or 11 at the latest. So they're pretty special oils. Definitely allowing the oil to age for a while definitely does give the oil deeper characteristics. I've spent over 13 years with some of my oils and noticed the evolution for the better, literally 98, 99% of them for the better. And I think that if vendors are able to age their oils a bit longer, people will see products that are of high quality. I mean, with vendors, of course, with cash flow, if you're spending a lot of money buying the wood, distilling the oil, which it is very, very cost intensive, then having to keep that oil for years and just wait for it to mature, it's very difficult. And for small operations, especially on Oudic, a lot of the operations are quite small, quite niche, quite artisanal by definition, and unfortunately they don't have the time sometimes to wait. But it's also an advantage for you guys, because you can buy an oil at a much lower cost and wait for it for a few years to age. I know that in this time and age where people want things instantly, waiting for a few years for an oil to mature sounds maybe horrific to some people, but I think that that's a lesson in itself. That you basically wait for the oil to mature. You grow with the oil grows with you, and you form I suppose a relationship in almost with this inert oil. Which obviously is, it's not an animal. It hasn't got the capacity for relationships. But you can, I've certainly formed an attachment with the oils that I've got. I think many people do, especially if they have patience with the oil and they wait for the oil to mature. The appreciation is a lot greater. Hopefully, in 10 minutes' time, we will be going to Michelle from Curly Fragrance, who hopefully will be calling in to do the first half-an-hour review for today, and you'll be able to experience a competent presenter, unlike myself. This is the first time I've done anything like this, so apologies if I'm a bit rusty. Apologies for the technical issues we had earlier. Literally, we were given this YouTube channel permission to broadcast on the channel this morning, 20 minutes before we went live. We hadn't had the opportunity to test a Zoom meeting, which is what we're using to do the live interviews. So I had to make sure, for the sake of the bulk of the day, to sacrifice the first hour. But I put some pre-recorded videos on, which I think were quite informative. Those videos will be put up on our channel. One was, I think, an interview that Rahel did last year at the 2019 OudFest, where he interviewed me and asked me about Oudict, the history behind the forum, and the platform and what we are trying to get out of this OudFest. And I just wanted to mention, I've mentioned it earlier, but because we're getting more and more people online now, I just wanted to sort of mention again this point regarding the OudFest. I've heard from people that there are people on social media claiming that OudFest was used originally by a particular vendor, but only that particular vendor has the right to use this term. But for the record, I mean, we don't want to really go into too much into controversy or negative things, but just for the record, to clarify for people who may be confused or wondering, OudFest was actually a term used by a couple of bloggers, perfume bloggers, back in 2012 when they reviewed oud from 3 very famous oud vendors at the time, and it was done via their blog, with no participation directly from the vendors themselves, and they named it an OudFest 2012. This particular vendor, who now uses this term, started using it 2 years later. So in terms of the history of the term, it's gone on beyond before that. And we've had forums, copy our trademark motto or tagline for the forum, Artisanal Oud Community, and then a year later you see another forum spring up with the title Oud Community. Well, it's from the same source, who's now complaining about this term being used by the people. Well, it swings and roundabouts. We should be here to inspire each other in a positive manner, and I don't mind. If someone uses the Oudic Forum tagline, it's actually flattering to me that someone's actually been inspired enough to want to copy it. It's not an issue for me. Oudic has always been very open. You can see that with the number of vendors we've got on the platform, the kind of membership we've got from all over the place, and even the membership process. It's not even restricted. We don't check anyone before we allow them on. There is a forum anti-spam filter feature. So sometimes, very rarely, it does catch genuine members who are applying to come online. It does catch them out because it's automated based on mailing lists that identify spam bots, and any email that's associated with the spam bot account is of course blocked, and then I review it. But generally speaking, 90%, 95% of the people who join the forum join without any issues at all. So we have no restrictions in the forum, and that's part of the ethos of the forum. We've incubated vendors, brought several vendors. I want to give a special shout out to Farid from La Maison Renata, who unfortunately isn't here to join us. But he's a great example of someone who started in the forum. He was a member, big enthusiast with oud, and he went so far down the rabbit hole that he decided, I might as well do this myself, because I'm so into this thing that I want to make it part of my life, part of my passion. And he's doing really good work. He's got fantastic knowledge, technical knowledge of far more than me, of how to make ouds. My role really is, sort of public facing. I've got a lot of experience with many different oils that I've used to benchmark, especially for my collection. And I'm sort of a nose when it comes to oud. But in terms of the technical stuff, I leave it to people like Malik from Al Hashmi, who distills our oils, and Farid, who again, both members who were incubated within the forum and given a chance and an opportunity to do their own thing. So we're not here to knock people down, and build barriers to entry for people who might want to get involved in the industry. In fact, we encourage it. And we're also launching a fair trade scheme. So we're working behind the scenes with distillers and farmers and producers to try to make sure that they get a fair position within the supply chain. They're not hard done by, and that we deal with honest, reliable, reputable, suppliers that can vouch for the quality and authenticity of what they're doing. Some vendors have gone, one step further and built their own distilleries, which is fine. Some work with very, very skilled distillers, and that's fine as well. So we've got all sorts of Oudic. The point being is that we're a large family. We've got people who have been on the forum for a while, and they really, really have grown in the last 4 years, and that's what we're about. We're about positively reinforcing, our passion, and it's a very, very flat model in terms of there's no hierarchy, there's no, leader as such. People sometimes, I cringe when people sometimes refer to me as such. I just view myself as an ordinary consumer, a customer of oud, a lover of oud, who decided one day let's launch a platform. There is a story behind that, which I have mentioned on the platform before, and I have mentioned it in an interview with Rahel, which I broadcast earlier, which is available on this channel. But it's really is what you see is what you get with us. It's very clear and transparent. We just love the oils. It doesn't matter which vendor produces them. This year we had a winner. In fact, I want to announce a winner this year of the vendor of the year, which is Al Hashmi. The vendor of the year is chosen by the most number of votes that were gleaned from the vote of the Oud of the year. So I need to announce the Oud of the year as well. Very shortly as well. Today we'll be announcing the Oud of the year, the Atara of the year as well, that was voted for 2019. It's taken a long time. Normally we announce it in January. It's now October, but the coronavirus issue really, really did focus minds on other priorities this year. So it's not been a priority of mine to push this forward this year. Last year's winners were Al Hashmi, Aga Aura, and Saud. We had 3 joint winners. They literally came in neck and neck in terms of votes. So, I think we're a fair forum. We will allow a voice to everyone, and we give a platform to everyone to share the love of this. And that's how we're going to continue, really. But I just wanted to clarify that, this thing about the OudFest and the term, and if there's any confusion about it, it's something that it's something that is needed clarification. Can you just a quick question, because some people are saying that they can't hear the audio. Can you just let me know if you can hear the audio? It could be local streaming conditions, but it might be something that's a technical issue with the channel. I really hope not. Great. Okay, so there is no problem with the audio. Rahel's texting me and asking me what's going on with the audio. He can't hear me. So we're just waiting for Michelle to join us. From Curly Fragrance. She's got a large online channel, and hopefully she'll be doing some reviews for some of the oils that she's received from the vendors. Great, so it's good to hear that you can all hear me fine. So I'm hoping that Michelle can join us pretty soon. I'm just going to quickly contact her and see where she is, where we are with her. I hope there's no issues with time, with misunderstanding of time zones, etc. She's currently based in Holland, I think. So, so let's just see if you'll dial in via Zoom, and I can. Once Michelle dials in. I will probably switch to another screen, and she's clicked on the link. I think let's see what's going on. So requests. Just waiting for her to join us. Actually, I'm in contact with her now. I don't know why Rahel's calling, because if you're the login to start this meeting. Right. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. So I'm streaming live at the moment. I think everyone's listening to this message I'm sending you. What you need to do, I should have mentioned this yesterday, but of course it was all rush. What you need to do is log in. You need to sign in for log in for a free account. So just your email and a password. Log in for a free account. You need to sign in, and then you'll be able to. Then I'll be able to see your call, and we'll be able to start the meeting. I think I better I better tell everyone, just to make sure that they need to have an account to use Zoom. It's not self-explanatory for everyone. Not everyone's tech savvy, so which is fair enough. Just explain this to her. Okay, so who's going to, etc. Whoever is calling in via Zoom, please make sure you have an account. So we'll be with her soon. Just let's have a look at. Okay, so let me see if I can call her and take her through this. Bear with me, guys. I'm just going to give her a call. Hello, Michelle. How are you?
Hey, I hear you.
Hi, how are you doing? Sorry, I should have really mentioned yesterday. We're actually streaming live at the moment. But we should have told. I should have told you that you needed a Zoom account. It's totally free. All you need to do is just sign up like you would maybe for a new email address. Once you're done, if you click on the link again, then hopefully I'll see your incoming call, and then I can put you on live on YouTube. Yeah. Is there anything? Yeah. If you have any problems, just let me know, and I will help you along with the creation process. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, will do. I try.
All right, thanks. Yeah, so Zoom basically, I've been asking. Monica's here now. Hi, Monica. So Zoom is basically, it's been used by companies pretty extensively throughout the coronavirus pandemic for conference meetings, live webinars, and that kind of stuff. So it's basically a piece of software on your laptop or your phone, which allows you to stream your video and talk to someone else, a bit like Skype or FaceTime. And it also interconnects into YouTube, Facebook Live, and other streaming platforms, so that, for example, if Michelle is in Holland or Kike from Scientology is in Spain, I can actually get there. I can talk to them on Zoom on my laptop, and that particular session that I'm talking to them on, I can also live stream it via the channel, so that you can see the review that's been done. So that's, someone asked what Zoom is. So that's pretty much what it is. If you type in zoom.us, you can go and check it out. It's it's pretty much universally known now, universally used. It is free software, but to have the privilege of live streaming via YouTube, etc., you do have to upgrade to the Pro account. So we're waiting. While we're waiting for Michelle to join us, I will quickly introduce. Introduce Udict. I have spoken a bit about it. So early on today, our schedule basically was introduction to Udict and the OudFest, overview of what's coming up today, and we were meant to have a video feed from Eureka in California. But my favorite oud. So this is actually a very good question. So someone's asked me, what's your favorite oud? Mine is Gucci Oud for Men. So I will answer that in a second. I'll just quickly go over the schedule for today, repeat it again. So we couldn't do the live stream from Eureka, California because of the wildfires over there. There's a distillery with olfactory Edward, which is under threat at the moment. His farm's under threat. Some of the buildings around the area have been burnt down to the ground. And literally the sky outside his farm is filled with smoke. You know, it's orange. It's pretty scary. So he hasn't had time to log in today and do the live video. I did ask him for possibly for a pre-recorded video, but understandably he's been busy trying to save his farm. So unfortunately we didn't do that live stream. But what we did do is we broadcast 3 videos, a couple of which haven't been seen before, onto the channel, and it's kept users entertained. One was on Udict, what Udict's about, and the OudFest, what the OudFest is about from 2019, an interview with myself and Rahel. And then there was 2 pieces, one on St. Legends and another one on Oudbase. So what's coming up today from 11, from now hopefully till 1 o'clock, we'll have 4 oil reviewers reviewing oils from Al-Hashimi, Oudbase, Imperial Oud, the Attar Store and Olfactory. So we'll have 4 reviews, hopefully. One from Curly Fragrance with Michelle, which we're waiting for. One from Matt Keane of Questioning Sense. And then we have Marcus Ibrahim on later on at 12 o'clock. And then we finish at 12:30 with oil reviews with Kike from Scentology. Now, after that, we'll have interviewing questions with the vendors, Oudbase, Al-Hashimi, Imperial Oud, and Hamza from the Attar Store. And after that, we'll conclude at around 5 o'clock. We have a competition at the moment, and I'll repeat that competition in a minute. Best oil 2020, best wood chip 2020, best resin 2020. Good question. Udict has an annual event for Oud of the Year, Vendor of the Year, Attar of the Year. I think we'll add the best wood chip of the year as well. Actually, we'll add the best wood of the year. We haven't actually thought of that category, but thank you for suggesting that. We'll amend the competition to add wood onto that category as well. We have got winners for the 2019 competition, which should have been announced, way back in January, February. But as I mentioned earlier on, that the pandemic, coronavirus has focused everyone's minds on other priorities, including mine. So that really got left behind. We did conduct the vote on Udict, and we have got a result. So we will be announcing that later on. There is a competition for free samples from the different vendors, and also the $200 pack from St. Legends that was announced yesterday on Udict. There is a $200 pack of oils that we'll be giving out from St. Legends. Here's some of the St. Legends stock that I've shown a few minutes ago. These oils are not all mine. They do belong to a very, very well-off collector, private collector, who wanted to use St. Legends to offload some of his stock. So the competition will be giving out samples from St. Legends and the different vendors. Now, I want to answer some of the questions because I'm getting questions here. So I'm going to go through them very quickly because I'm sure that Michelle will be with us very shortly. So if she is half an hour late, it's not a big issue. We can always fit her in. We've got half an hour spare or an hour spare at the end of today. So no worries at all. We've got some slack and some flexibility in the scheduling, which we've built in because we knew that there would be issues. First time around, we've done this. We haven't done anything like this before, and I've not been live on YouTube or on any kind of online social media before. I'm a bit of a Luddite, quite frankly. I work in cybersecurity, but I don't like technology. So I told my wife that when I retire from my work in cybersecurity, I will not have a laptop or a phone in my house. I'm a bit of a Luddite. So I think that Luddite nature and that side of me, which is more drawn towards natural things, is I think manifested in my love for oud. Okay, so right. Let's have a look. Meetings start. Right, I think it was my fault actually, not Michelle. I think it's my fault that I was meant to start the meeting with Zoom, and it's actually me who's responsible for the delay. I think I'm trying to get on with Michelle now, and let's see if you can log in. Yes, she's here. So I will type out answers to the questions. Hi, Michelle, how are you? It says you're connecting to audio and can't hear me yet. So let me know when you can hear me, because I can't hear anything at all. Maybe you're on mute, I think, because everything's muted when you start streaming. You need to click on the mute button so that I can hear you. I've just got Michelle from Curly Fragrance. I'm just going to connect her in, hopefully. So, is there a microphone icon on the bottom of your screen, maybe on the left-hand side, Michelle, that you can see? No. So we'll get the audio sorted, and then we'll get her onto the live stream. And I'll end this stream, by the way, when I got Michelle on. But I'm just trying to get her so that I can hear her. Don't worry, we'll figure it out, Michelle. There's a mute. See when you come on to the meetings, by default you're on mute. Let me just see if I can change those settings so I can get her on. Yeah, because Michelle, can you hear me? Can you nod if you can hear me? Can you nod if you can hear me? She can't hear me either. Right. This is Amateur Hour 101, brought to you by Udict. So just bear with us while I get her on. I can see her, but I can't hear her. So I need to make sure that she can hear. We can hear her, and vice versa. We're just sorting the audio out. Let's have a look. Can you hear me, Michelle? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, nod your head. You cannot hear me. No. Right. Let me end the call. I'll try again. Let's take two. Right. Just trying to see if. Right. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for this to be sorted. Okay. Well, while I'm waiting for that, she's trying to come back again. Right. It says it says. Can you hear? Can you hear me now, Michelle? Can you hear me? Right. I'm going to type to you. Yeah, I'm going to type to you. It says that you did not connect to audio. Right. It's straight. I've got you. I can hear you now. Right, great. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. After this morning, I was like, oh, not again, you know.
Yeah. Oh no, I found the button.
No problem at all. I'm gonna stream you live now onto YouTube, and guys, if you are watching on YouTube, please have a look at the channel, because there'll be a different stream where I will go live with Michelle and her reviews. I'll hand over to her now. Thank you very much for coming on, Michelle. Really appreciate you taking your time out. I know that you're relatively new, but not totally new to Oud. So appreciate the fact that you've taken your YouTube should make it easier to live stream and take others to stream instead of. Yeah, totally agree. Someone said that it should be easier, but it's not, unfortunately. YouTube, they've made it pretty difficult for people like myself. I mean, I'm not technically incompetent. I know that you're relatively new, but not totally new to Oud. So right, I'm just going to mute myself there. So we're live now. I'm going to see how I can. Can you just talk, and I'll see, because the software automatically switches to whoever's talking. So if you talk now, I'll see if it switches to you.
Okay, so if I talk, then people are gonna see me on YouTube. Okay. Well then, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know which button I need to push and stuff like that. So, but yeah, if everything's good, I'm on here now. Am I?
You should be. Yeah, you're live on YouTube now. There is a time lag. I've noticed. So there is a time lag for. I can see you now. So what you just said a few seconds ago, you're saying now on YouTube. So there is a time lag of about 15 to 20 seconds.
Okay, that's fine. But can people see me or only hear me?
They can see and hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, this is my first time, so we will see how it goes. Shall I just start with smelling all the ouds?
Yeah.
Because I got all hashimi right here, and let's see. So I'm gonna pick them out.